I just wanted to ask you a few questions, Bob, because I see you making a lot of moves.
You sound like you the police.
I
So this
mean,
is this is an interrogation. I see you making a lot of moves.
yeah,
Like you finna try to give me a pack or something. What's up?
yeah. Well,
This like your first time like doing an interview, asking questions or whatever?
I mean, it's the first time I did it with you.
Who else have you done it with?
Some people that's don't
You
really
know,
have.
cause I'm like big.
I know.
So you gotta be, don't be nervous.
I'm not trying to be nervous. I'm just thinking about what to talk about.
Oh, you don't know what to talk about.
Yeah.
Talk about the content house that you was at in Vegas. That you were like, talk about that. Did you ever, what were you doing at the content house in Vegas?
I was going there to get marketing and advertised for my credit repair business. I was supposed to get a package with 607 Unc where he was recording a podcast and he was supposed to chop up the videos, post all the reels, you know. And, oh no, originally he was gonna put the video in.
Did you
They're
get
making
any
a
of these
commercial,
services?
huh?
Did any of this happen?
The commercial got butchered by a cameraman that he had got, and then we had fell out. It was a whole bunch of that happened for real. No, so basically we had shot a commercial and we filmed it good, it went good, but when the guy edited,
Hold on, hold on. You should just listen. You should just you should just do your own interview, cause you might not need to. Yeah, you need to do your own interview. You are now tuned into the Bob Report.
Man, welcome to the Bob Report. We have us a special guest tonight. Introduce yourself.
Why you keep saying special guest?
Because you're special, man. And not in a bad way. Not like slow special, like special.
I don't think I'm a special guest because they didn't see me before.
Well, welcome back.
You really just the guest. You special guest. Who are you?
Oh, this Drewski with unique perspective.
Yeah, you really the guest. I'm not the guest.
Oh, okay. Well, my bad. Well, let's get right into it. We did an interview before, and it was a dope interview, but we really didn't get to touch on the real key talking points that I really want to touch on. It wasn't a real serious interview.
You trying to do like a serious interview?
Yeah, it's gonna be a serious interview. Can you handle that?
Yeah, we'll see how much we could do. Serious.
All right. So my first question is, how did you get into the industry?
So I come from the music. My homegirl, may she rest in peace, Charmaine Collie Dog. She brought Go Yayo to Atlanta. And that's you know, that was my first artist that I managed. That's how we even got into the whole thing with Charmaine. So that's how I got into that. Far as the YouTube stuff, that just came from just, you know, just, I don't know, keeping up with the times, stuff like that. Kind of just fell in my lap, to be honest with you.
So we'll go back to the music industry, right? So you start dealing with Go Yayo. That's your first artist. At this time, are you in Fort Worth or where are you at?
I'm in Atlanta.
So you have Go Yayo, you're in Atlanta. Is this around the time when like Boom came out, or is this you got him early on in his career?
This right when Boom came out, all of that, all this stuff.
So you were working with other artists at the time as well, correct?
When at first it was just Yayo, you know what I'm saying? But after Yayo, I had other artists, you know, that was notable, if I must say. But one even signed a deal with Alamo Records. Mm-hmm.
So around this time, Fort Worth is just kind of like a revitalization of what's going on, right? And I just make up words and shit, you know, like someone else we know.
Yeah.
There was like a renaissance, right, going on in the city of Fort Worth, with the music scene. I mean, before that, you always had you had 6'2" and Twisted Black, but it kind of just faded out for a little bit.
Solo Lucci
was really like the beginning of this new renaissance, right? And But you had a lot of talent coming out of the city, not even just with the music. You had music, you had, videographers coming out, platforms popping up.
Comedians. Yeah.
And you were there for a lot of this. You were around a lot of these guys at this time.
Yeah.
So what would you say made Fort Worth different at that time? Because it seemed like the talent was just every time you turn around, there's more talented people popping up.
I think the when we jumped out with that new age rap stuff, they kind of like piped up the whole metroplex, not just Fort Worth. That's what a lot of stuff started moving around in Dallas too. You know what I'm saying? Because people thought Yayo was from Dallas because of the area. Um, and it just started like moving around. Shit, everybody was everybody that's kind of somebody now was like kind of doing it back then. And they was hungry, and that's what was pushing it. And then a lot of people from other places would come and deal with the people in the DFW, like Houston, Austin, all the surrounding cities in Texas and Louisiana, all of that come up here. They still doing it right now.
Yeah, yeah. It seems like that renaissance started back in like 2014, 15, and it's really just been going on ever since.
That's when I started.
Right. You said what, 2015, 14?
2015.
So why is Fort Worth such a talented city, and why is it different?
I don't know. I think it's something going on in Fort Worth as far as when it comes to like being viral, because like everything goes viral here, from kids to old people to the rappers to just different things that you see on the internet. A lot of that stuff being Fort Worth. Uh, but I don't know, man. It's just it's something going on though, because it keeps happening. It's not a coincidence that you can have guys like OG Percy and Charleston White be in the same city around the corner from each other. That's them are two of the bigger guys on YouTube. You feel me? And they right here in Fort Worth. I can keep going. Like it's Trent Shelton is from Fort Worth. He's one of the biggest influencers on social media. Period. You got you got Big Trent or Trent Rose, the writer. He do all kind of stuff. He super blue on the internet. He from Fort Worth. I could just keep going. Johnny Damn D got the hottest song. Shit, probably in the South. You know what I'm saying? I could just keep going. You know what I'm saying? The Bob Report is the one of the hottest YouTube platforms out right now.
So you talk about there's something in the city. So I think this even goes back to even like the late 80s, early 90s. You had cops out here, and it's always, there's been a fascination with Fort Worth, right?
Right.
It goes even back to the culture of the city.
Cops shot the most episodes that they ever did in Fort Worth. I thought it started in Fort Worth, but it started in Florida. And after they left Florida, they came straight to Fort Worth, and then just probably about 1,000 episodes were shot in Fort Worth.
Yeah, no, real shit. Yeah, it has the most episodes at any other city.
Mm-hmm.
So you mentioned that you was in Atlanta, right? You lived in Atlanta. What is the difference between Atlanta and Fort Worth?
Shit, Atlanta, the difference is it's like it's like black money that you can see. You know what I'm saying? They spending it with each other. The music industry is down there, like the industry period is down there. They ain't writing no checks in Atlanta. Like you can't go get signed with a label in Atlanta, but you can go get your shit popping. You know what I'm saying? Make things happen in Atlanta. But the difference is Atlanta rappers may not even be as talented as, well, let's just say Fort Worth rappers, but the difference with them is they'll get the money. They'll still do a song with them. They'll still, you know what I'm saying, make it happen, and where they can create some currency. Like you just seen Young Thug and YF and Lucci both went to prison. They both had really bad things happen on both sides, and they on each other's album. You know what I'm saying? They gonna get the money. They might not. They don't gotta be cool, you know, in real life, but on the internet, it's like so now they both can move around and make money for their families. The hard part, they already did that. They don't do that in Fort Worth. They gonna keep it going. They gonna keep it going. And it ain't until the word ain't nobody got no goddamn money that rap. Then you can't do no shows here if you from Fort Worth and you rap. You really can't even really get booked, and you're a rapper from Fort Worth because they think you carrying a bunch of books. That's what happened in Fort Worth with the rap. That's why ain't no rappers making no money in Fort Worth. Like not like that little dude, I forgot his name. He probably like 17, 18 years old right now. He see something, but he probably making some money. You know, rappers they probably making some money, but like how it's supposed to be, like every other city, like Memphis, Baton Rouge, parts of Florida, you know what I'm saying? Like that's not going on in Fort Worth. Talented place though. I'll say
So
that.
there's this thing that's been, if you're from Fort Worth, you know, but the Fort Worth curse, there's like this alleged curse over Fort Worth. Do you believe in that?
Uh, I don't think it's really no curse. I think I think the people create the black cloud with all of the hate, and it becomes a crab in the barrel. You know what I'm saying? And instead of like any like type of like support, I mean you get support here. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna front, like people do support, but it like far as like as a whole, like to push something out completely, you gonna get a lot of, if you can get through the hate and get out of the pot, it ain't still ain't over with. Cause if you try to reach back down and help somebody else, they pulling on your ass still. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just so much. Uh, Everybody want to be first. Everybody want to do it the biggest instead of trying to do it together. That's what that's what's up with Fort Worth when it come to that. You know what I'm saying? I say with the hip hop, the rap, that's for sure. Cause you got Kurt Franklin, Leon Bridges, and David and Tamla Man. You got Susan Curl. Uh, you got it's a few more that they do other type of music and they big because the talent is there, even in the rap. But they crazy.
Who would you say is like the apex of the rap scene in Fort Worth? Like who kind of
I mean, I ain't gonna keep talking about no Fort Worth rap scene, man. I don't care about no Fort Worth rap scene. What's the question? Who? What?
No, I said, who would you say is the apex of the Fort Worth rap scene? Who kind of did it the biggest? Who got the furthest at this
Six
point in
dudes.
time?
Then Solo Lucci, straight up. I mean, and then you even could really, uh, Solo might have took it the furthest. I don't know. It's a close race. He got songs with Chris Brown. He got video. He got a lot of, you know what I'm saying? Six Deuce had big records with Dre, with Chronic, you know. Lucci then so I don't know. But I would say, yeah, out of those two, it took it the furthest. You know, Nocturnal is from Fort Worth, but you know, I go with them right now. Still a lot of stuff going on.
So you mentioned that you're in Atlanta. What made you leave Atlanta and come back to the city?
Uh, Man, I'm gonna be real with you. So, like for real, I never wanted to come back here. Like I didn't want to come back. I ain't gonna lie. I think I was pulled back here to help pipe up the city. I really feel like that because it wasn't in my. I didn't foresee it being back in Fort Worth for real. I just think I was pulled back here to 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 do what we doing now. To you know what I'm saying. I really feel like that.
So how hard was it for you to get into the industry?
It wasn't hard. Like like far as what you could say like as what I started in as a manager, I've never failed as a manager. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to doing what a manager's supposed to do. So I just was blessed that every artist that I worked with was like dope. All they needed was a little facilitation instruction. I was able to do that. So it wasn't hard for me at all. Even in this podcast interview space, it's not difficult. You know what I'm saying? I'm able to work with some of the more popular I was gonna say smart, them niggas ain't smart. Some of the more popular you know, people that get on YouTube and talk and shit. Like, yeah.
Are you still actively managing now?
Uh, yeah, you could say that. Yeah, 88 Dub. You know what I'm saying? When it come to music, that's my little partner. So I'm gonna help him with. I help Bag Baby Tape, game people. But I'm on YouTube. You feel me?
So let me ask you this: was it seeing the music industry and how it works, or was it the money? What made you like kind of pivot to the content creator side of things, the journalism side of things?
Um, to be honest, I got tired of getting blamed for stuff that I wasn't doing in the music industry. With all of that, I was literally helping people in my city. Some would say I only managed people from my city until I started working with Kay Breezy. She from Dallas, but she was coming. She was in Fort Worth with us. But until I worked with her, people would only say you only work with Fort Worth artists, because that's all I was doing, was helping people from Fort Worth. So um yeah.
So when you first got into the space, you had kind of linked up with Real Tune TV, and this is where the Bob Report I started seeing. This was probably what, about 6 years ago, 7 years ago.
About 5 years ago.
And so you have this
I was doing it before I even met him though. I had a thing called Chief and Chat that I had with Jay That Designs. My boy Jay. I've had a few different things before I even met Toon. Did that were you could say it was cool. I just I did maybe like 40 interviews. Maybe no, I did maybe like 50 interviews before I even met Toon.
so
Now,
how
I
did
did
that
probably
come
about
about?
75 interviews before I even met Toon.
So was it the Bob Report? That name, did that come up when you was doing stuff with Real Tune, and did you already have the Bob Report prior to putting
When
it
I
out on
started doing
TuneChat?
the interviews, um, I kind of like came up with the name, and I wasn't. It's like right before me and Toon started like working together, but that was just like I was just like messing around, and then my boy Jay, I think me and Jay, we was talking and came up with the logo, whatever. Yeah, that's how the Bob Report came around. But Tune, any little Fort Worth motion that he had, or where anybody seen it outside of Fort Worth, came from me. I took him on a gangster ride through Fort Worth when we did the documentary. Um, that's how we even, you know, where he was even to be able to move around Fort Worth was that. Without that, he wouldn't have been able to do it. But he wasn't. He's always been bad at what he do, but he wasn't as bad as he is now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I used to always ask him like why he do this and why he do that, like why he's doing this shit. And he just was infatuated with like gangster shit. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, as you can see, he seemed like he still is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but yeah.
So you brought up the word documentary. I remember hearing about this, right? This was a really anticipated project. This was really the first time something like that had really been done, kind of highlighting.
Work was Fort Worth for y'all that don't know, but yeah, my bad. Go ahead.
Hmm. So y'all filmed it. This it took like what, about a year, almost 2 years for it to come out, or after y'all were done filming it, correct?
Nah, heck nah. Probably like 6, 7 months or something. But it had already been done. It was just dealing with, when you doing business with people, like just that was the only part that held it up, was the other party that was a part of it. You dig? It wasn't. It was that. We put our mind to it. We was done with it in like 3 weeks.
Because it was supposed to come out like, what was it, Tubi? It was supposed to come out like on
It was
another
on
platform.
Tubi for like a day or two, and then Tune had it taken down. 'Cause we both had dual ownership of it. We had it taken down for literally no reason. just to try to have me put it back up there. You know what I'm saying? And that didn't happen. So he put it on YouTube.
So the documentary comes out. You're steadily doing the Bob reports. It's coming out on Real Tune TV, and then you kind of you introduce the world. I ain't gonna say you introduced the world, but you brought him to the internet. OG Percy.
Uh, nah, Percy was already like an established
He was a battle rapper.
battle rapper in the South. You know what I'm saying? But like far as interviews and Tales from a Crip and all that, yeah, for sure. On Lil Jon, we were the first ones to do that with Percy. That shit came from, yeah. He'll tell y'all that.
Cause yeah, you did a lot of interviews with Percy. Then you did one of my favorite interviews I've ever seen was the interview you did with the DOC.
Oh yeah, the doc. Shout out my boy DOC. Yeah, that was a dope interview.
But how did that interview even come about? Cause Doc, he's such a legend,
And
right? in this game.
I met Doc. I met Doc and Six Deuce around like the same time, and those guys were like some people, around here they like rap legends. You know, so even not even around here, a lot of places they rap legends. Um, and they just took me in like they were some of the first people that I thought was like that were big, that like just fool with me. And he's every time I hit him up, every time I've ever, he's always been the same. So I was doing a Dallas documentary on like the music scene, like from the boogie and the gangster stuff and that's going on now. And he can't do it without him. So I hit him up and he was with it, and that's how I did that's how I did the interview.
So what would you say? Like, you remember the first time that you did an interview and it went viral? Like, what was your reaction? What was your feeling when you see something and it's just you wake up overnight and it's like at 100K?
Um, so when it first happened, I think it was like me and Percy. Let me see. Yeah, it was me and Percy. Shit, it felt like, you know what I'm saying, it's like an accomplishment in a sense, right? But then I'm like, shit, we started doing 100K in a day. Like every time we sat down, we were doing 100K in a day. One time we got close to 200K in a day. I did 200K in a day with a Soldier Slim baby mama. You know what I'm saying? But it was, uh, yeah, it felt good, man. You know what I'm saying? Let you know, I guess you're doing something right.
Yeah, because you went on them. You had multiple viral interviews for
Oh yeah.
years and years, and then you kind of just disappeared for a little bit, and then you kind of pop back up, and you were 607 Hunt. So how did y'all link?
I ain't disappear. I went back to I was managing artists. Like we 1090 management. We like gang PB. You know what I'm saying? We was really focused on that at the time. 88 Dub. We had Matt K. Uh, I was managing Tony Woodridge. You can't. I ain't get quiet. Tony was big as hell. You know what I'm
Well, I mean, as
saying?
far as the interviews, you kind of had stopped doing interviews briefly.
Yeah, but I was always. You feel me? Uh, but yeah, and I met 607 through Real Tune TV. But Tune had been trying to get me to go over there and fool with him when he was living in Fort Worth, and I didn't understand. I didn't want to, and I was like, why he keep trying to get me to go over here? I don't even know who the hell this is. You know what I'm saying? I remember talking, he FaceTiming and shit. When I finally went over there, the first day I went, he asked me to manage him, and shit, we was rocking ever since. You know what I'm saying? Then we started. He asked me to manage him, and that was like boom. Then he asked me like twice to interview him. When I finally did it, yeah, I think the first one we did was like 100K in a day or some shit. Got close to it. No, I think it was like 50K. And the next one and everything after that was like we were doing 100K in a day. So, yeah,
Yeah, it was like when you came around, it just seemed like he just turned up to the next level.
100%.
And then you sat him down with Tony Woodridge, which that was such a man. It was short lived, but it was man. It really shook up the internet. The
Yeah,
Unc and the Punk.
the Unc and the Punk.
That's a cold name, man. How'd you come up with that name?
Man, I was rocking down the street one day, and this white guy stopped me. And he was like, I seen you working with Tony in 607, and the white guy said it's called the Unc in the What you want me to say, man?
No, that's a cold name.
Do they know you white now? Okay.
No, but that concept though, the name code. I came up with the name. It's all good, but
Right.
the concept though.
But you know who? Nah, hold on. You know who else say they came up with that name?
Who?
Louis. He
But
swear for God.
he didn't know how did listen.
He swear for God he came up with that name. No.
Great minds think alike. We might have
Right.
been telepathically communicating,
Right.
but that's a cold concept though.
Right.
But what made you did you come up with that concept to put them together?
100%.
Did you know it was gonna do what it did?
100%.
And see, this is the crazy part, right? You got Tony Willridge, you got 607 Unc, and you got Supreme the Bob Report. And when I seen the very first episode, I knew that it was you that really kind of stood out. Your reactions to what they were saying, the faces you were making, it was like I seen right then, like, okay, he's about to be getting on camera. He's about to transition and get into this for real because I seen like the talent right then and there from the beginning.
Right.
Did you know that at the time? Did you know like, did you just sit down and say, you know what, I'm gonna just do this and whatever happens, happens?
I mean, I knew it was gonna be good, you know what I'm saying? And I knew like all three of us together was gonna be funny. And that was just all natural reactions, you know what I'm saying? Uh so yeah, I felt like it was gonna be successful. I didn't think it wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? Was just putting them together was that was gonna just had to be something to offset that madness, you know what I'm saying? And that's what it was, you know what I'm saying? Straight up.
Cause then y'all ended up going to, you've been on No Jumper a few times. You went to No Jumper.
Yeah, the Unc and the went to No Jumper.
And it was supposed to be, like a every week type of thing. And then something happened between that. But
something always happening. You hear me? Something always happening.
Then you go back, you're doing all this work with 607 Unc, and you're doing interviews with him. It seems like every other day it's just going more viral. Y'all just cranking up, doing more, working with all the top people on the internet. And then you kind of just branched off to bring the Bob Report back. And this was what, about 2 months ago, 3 months ago?
Yeah.
And you went from 100 subscribers to 10,000 in 2 months and have done probably 5 million views on your channel.
Like 2.8.
But see, man, I want to salute you because that's another dope accomplishment that you have. I mean, it kind of just shows how you can pivot from one thing, be good at it, pivot to something else, be good at it, and you can keep going.
Right.
So what is the next pivot? What's your next step? Since you've conquered all this other shit, what's next?
I only been on YouTube for like 2 or 3 months, so this is the pivot. We finna go to the top. Like I'm literally kind of like just getting started on my own page in this space. So we already done pivoted. It's in motion. Everything is going how it's gonna go. It's only gonna keep getting better.
So what would you say the top spot in the YouTube world is?
The who?
The top spot, right, of the podcast.
Who at the top?
Yeah, who would you say is at the top?
Like platform or person?
Well, I'd say platform and person.
Top platform. Probably. It's a lot of them. We've got to put like No Jumper, Academic, Say Cheese TV, Real Life Street Stars. I'm sure like it's a lot of them, man. Back on Fig is big. Uh, it's a few. There's a lot of people working, man. It's a lot of people. Cam Capone is you know what I'm saying. Cam is it's a lot though. The Bob Report is we doing our thing. We don't you know what I'm saying. It's going down. Those are I would say the bigger ones. I'm probably missing a few. You know what I'm saying. I'm missing probably a lot, but
Yeah, also like Joe Rogan is probably
oh
like.
yeah, that's different. Like Joe Rogan and them. You know what I'm saying. Breakfast Club, all of that type of stuff. The Joe Budden. You know what I'm saying. That's different.
But do you see yourself being in that position?
Yeah, 100%. All that stuff was about like, oh, Vlad. All that stuff was like about clientele. So once you get the clientele, I think I'm just as good as them or better. I really feel like that. So, you know what I'm saying? They've been doing it a lot longer and they got the clientele, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
So is there any platform that you would actually want to go sit down as a guest, not be, is there, what platform would you want to be interviewed on?
So, when you get an interview, it's more about the story or if the person is like if they get a good enough reaction on the camera, then you want to interview them again. You know what I'm saying? But most of the time, it ain't about the individual; it's about the story. So I don't even know who would even like right now want to interview me outside of what I got going on. And you
So
missed a whole bunch. That thing been cut off.
it just had cut off right now. So when it comes to the content world, you have a few words that get thrown around, right? You have vlogger, blogger, right, versus journalist. You would consider yourself a journalist, correct?
Yeah, I'm a journalist, and I'm an interviewer.
So with journalism, and this is what a lot of people don't realize, sometimes you have to, and they like to use this word, expose the truth, right? You have to expose the real story, right? Um, how is that, right? How do you feel about that? Because you're not really with the mess. Like you really try to get to the bottom, right? You try to expose the truth.
Man, sometimes, Drew, like it ain't even your job to expose the truth or get to the bottom. If you got like you really kind of like setting the stage. You dig what I'm saying? And if it's like two people that need to like speak, or if it's one person, you might even sometimes you don't even gotta like ask the question. They'll just tell you, and they pose the question themselves. You know what I'm saying? So you really just kind of providing the space for them to do that, and they don't want to do that with everybody. So that's why a lot of this shit is recycled. All of this is the same. Everything is kind of like going. Everybody did everything that they gonna do, and it's like people clicking up, and you know what I'm saying. All this is cool, but the stories are what it is. You know what I'm saying.
So has there ever been something that's like came across your desk that you didn't want to get involved in, right? I'm sure people hit you up all the time and they got stories about this, they got stories about that. But has there ever been something that has actually been presented to you and you were like, yeah, I don't want to touch that?
Uh,
I mean, based on that laugh, I think there's a few things that have came across your desk.
that I ain't want to deal with.
Yeah.
Nah, man. Nah. Nah, nah, nah. Cause like I said, it's about the story. So if it's somebody like I'm not homophobic, and I'm not like like the snitching stuff is like a serious thing to like a lot of people, and I really respect it. You know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't even necessarily be about interviewing somebody who snitched on somebody. It's more about the story, like I said before, like why and how. You know what I'm saying? Did you even get in this position? Because you don't know. Nobody really knows. Some people know what they'll do. A lot of people don't know what they'll do when they saying the type of shit and doing what they. You know what I'm saying? What go on in those type of settings. So I would say Nah, it ain't really nothing that I. It just depend on the story. You know what I'm saying? Depend on the story.
Now, there's certain topics that you really wouldn't want to, because I feel like even on YouTube, it's hard to. I've never really seen a platform, maybe with the exception of Joe Rogan, but even him, there's not like a universal platform, right? Like there's certain topics certain people don't want to talk about. There's certain genres that these podcasts are in, certain categories. But is there anything that you would not really be comfortable getting into on camera, right? With the Bob Report, certain topics, certain stories that you would.
Yeah, I ain't glorifying like even the stuff that's going on now we did the interview with Kunta and Gumby. You know what I'm saying? That's not even me or my platform glorifying gangs. That's me providing a space, and those two guys, whatever went on with them, that energy went on between them. It's not a question that I said. It's not nothing that I did to make it like that. You feel me? That was them. So I mean, I mean, all that shit be like, you know, it is what you make it in a sense. It's not easy to do this, but it ain't hard but to deal with these type of people, you know what I'm saying? Like on a regular basis, you gotta like either know them for real, and then talk to them hours off the camera, or like, shit, I don't even know how you could really just be good at it, cause it's like unpredictable damn near.
So what would you
Yeah,
say,
I'm good though.
what's the craziest moment you've ever had when you're interviewing someone and they just say something and you're just kind of catches you off guard where you didn't know they were gonna do
I
that or
know
say
when
that?
that dude was talking about having sex with men on the camera, like he was saying that.
You talking about Fleece?
Nah, that nah, Fleece. Shout out Fleece. Nah, not Fleece. Not him. This was some Fleece like type stuff though. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
So out of everybody that you worked with, who would you say is your favorite all-time interview that you've ever done?
the like person that I've interviewed,
Yeah, just the interview itself.
oh, I got a lot, bro.
But we're talking about one, you got to pick one all time, whether it be the person, whether it be, I met this person, I got to do this interview. As far as the impact of the interview, what would you say is your number one interview?
I can't put like one above the other, because I really feel like I've done a lot of good interviews, but OG Percy is probably the one that, you know what I'm saying. Me and Percy is that's what started a lot of this stuff. You know what I'm saying. I've had like big platforms. I ain't gonna say the names. Tell me that they was watching me and Percy. So me and like OG Percy is probably the person that you know. But like far as a particular interview, I, I think the interview I did with the first interview I did with LA Run was like, I really, that was a dope interview. You know what I'm saying, in itself. Um, but I mean, I could keep going though. You dig? I could keep going. I've done a lot of good interviews I've done a lot of good interviews with 607. I've done a lot of good, like Pops Weasel, Charleston White Mentor, like that. I've done. I feel like I have.
You got a lot of good interviews with Kunta too.
Who?
OG Kunta.
I got a lot of good interviews with OG Kunta. That
Yeah.
what you think?
Yeah.
Name one.
Shit, all of them.
All of the interviews with OG Kunta is good interviews
Yeah.
to you?
Yeah.
Who made them good?
Both of y'all got that on-screen chemistry.
I don't have no damn on-screen chemistry with Kunta. How can you have on-screen chemistry with a guy that punches himself and does all this and just do he just you don't how can you match that?
Well, that's a good question. So let me ask you, who would you say you have the best chemistry with?
No, I mean the best chemistry is that I've had is with Percy, 607, uh, and Kunta. But everybody I sit down with is like that. I ain't even gonna front. Like damn near everybody that I sit down with is I don't really feel like I've done a like a bad interview. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like I have. So I'm still learning the YouTube game. I'm figuring it out. Uh, but yeah. Now you done asked a lot of questions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but in the last one, I'm gonna just say some. You bring like a humor to the interview that a lot of people don't do. It's always serious, right? They're all try to get to the point.
How
You
Charleston
you
White and Percy and
no,
the
you
other
bring
funny looking ass niggas, they funny as
you
hell.
bring the humor as the interviewer.
Oh, okay. Right. Right.
You know what I mean? No one else really does that. Not in this setting. Maybe in a podcast setting,
Yeah.
traditional, when you got 5 people on screen. But I'm talking about this behind the camera. No one's doing that. You bring
I
you bring
appreciate it.
like a comedic sense to it, even on some very serious topics, right? Which I think that's why it's so appealing to people, is you know what you're doing.
Man, shout out that boy Cutting Boss, man. Shout out Cutting Boss. He crazy than a raccoon what they say, the raccoon in the swamp with a tiger chasing and an alligator and all of those shit. Anybody got time for that?
What's going on?
How you doing?
It's Hood Jesus, credit repair specialist. I just wanted to ask you a few questions, Bob, because I see you making a lot of moves.
You sound like you the police.
I
So
mean,
this is an interrogation. I see you making a lot of moves.
yeah.
Like you finna try to give me a pack or something. What's up?
Nah, I'm just saying, like, you making some noise. You out here you doing your thing on the internet on the Bob Report. Everybody tuning in. You staying current with the news and you keeping it real. So I want to I want to know what the artists that are out here in Fort Worth, you saying that they have the talent. And you were saying that they're being prevented because they're basically like they don't want to promote each other or push each other up. So what's a way that you can start grabbing some of these artists and then promoting them and really bringing Fort Worth out in the rap scene?
Ain't no way.
Why not?
We done tried it all. Like it's like once something else, or I take that back. Like it is a way. But once something else, or the right artist gets in position to actually make that happen, then that's when you'll see what you supposed to been saw from this town. You did. But like far as just nah, it ain't gonna work like that here. They already too far. They done went too far with it, you know what I'm saying? But it ain't no such thing as not like it not being good or it not being a music town, because that's coming. It's just some of these people might not be, it might be a different set of things going on to make that happen. It might not ain't got nothing to do with no rap. You feel me? It might be the Bible report. I don't know.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. That's another way to look at it. I was thinking maybe if they had some type of funding, if they had, if they had the money behind them to push them.
See, the thing about it out here too, that you right about that, but it's like they got money out here. People might think they don't, but they literally have money out here. Now, they'll either don't spend it at all, or they'll spend it and mess it off because they don't know where to spend it when it comes to this. You dig? And you can't really blame them. Not everybody, but it's other things going on out here outside of the rap. You dig? But the rap might get most of the light. But it like they trying though. I'm trying with them. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm here to help in the way I can. But I don't want to keep talking about no forward though. I don't want to keep doing it.
Oh yeah, we don't have to talk about Fort Worth. I found that interesting.
Goddamn Fort Worth. Fort Worth gonna be all right.
So
I'm here to help everybody get their credit and stuff, right? So they should be all right. You should help everybody get he helped me get my credit is good. The Hood Jesus, the credit repair / celebrity
Celebrity
bodyguard. You know what I'm saying? It got cool up in here. But yeah.
All right, so yeah. Do you see what's going on in the news with Donald Trump with the new bill that he just passed?
With
Uh,
the lowering the criminal thing with the marijuana.
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw that. That's good. He kind of like made it less of a, what they say, like a high risk or like a bad drug, and it been taken down to like level 3 or something
yeah,
like that. Yeah, I saw that. Well, Donald's a businessman, man. So that's good for business, because I bet you he didn't figure out a way to put an extra tax on it somewhere to where he can, you know what I'm saying, or his people, however they gonna do it, or Donnie probably he got some type of business going on somewhere to where that helped him out, and it might have helped a lot of
sure,
other people too. You dig?
sure.
But I know in Texas it's kind of decriminalized, but Abbott still ain't. It's still not legal in Texas. You feel me? But
Yeah.
this is a good start. You know what I'm
So,
saying? Shout out Donald Trump
so do you think in the next few years that they're finally going to legalize it in Texas?
for
Because,
sure.
oh
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
everybody been getting ready for like the last 4 or 5
The
years.
last 10 years they've been getting
Oh
ready.
yeah,
They've been getting ready for a while.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
With the head
Getting ready.
shops and all those different things you
Yeah.
had to
So
establish
it
ground.
has been a couple loopholes in Texas with the dispensaries and the legalization. You know what I'm saying? In a sense, you feel me? Yeah.
It's crazy, but in Canada, you can buy almost any drug, and it's legal in certain parts of Canada.
What you mean?
Like
So you can buy some crack?
you could buy all types of different drugs.
You can't go nowhere and buy no crack.
Schedule
They're
One,
not. Listen.
Amsterdam.
Whoa. Ain't nobody going nowhere, and you going to a counter or somewhere where it's just like you can go buy some crack.
Not actually crack. I mean, they don't know
What you
how to
gonna
cook
buy?
that.
They gonna
It's
show you
just
how
the
to do a
pure
box where
form
you
of
can
that.
cook it.
Yeah, you gonna have to cook it yourself.
So what
But
they selling cocaine
yeah, heroin, all the types
and
of different
PCP
things.
and all this shit.
No, not that. Those are all altered street drugs.
I don't think
I'm talking
nobody
about
is
in the purest forms.
where is this at, in Amsterdam?
Amsterdam and parts of Canada. And they're taxing it. Because the thing is, they know people are going to get high anyway.
You been there before?
No, I haven't been there yet. Not yet. But I know people who have been to Amsterdam, but not Canada.
Yeah, so they selling
Just heard about
cocaine, because
that.
I'm about to say ain't nobody, they not legally selling. Go somewhere you can buy some crack.
Not crack.
That's crazy.
Once again, not a crack. That's altered street drug.
Right.
But the medicinal use of a cocaine was being used way long before it became a legal drug and abused substance. Yeah. But
It's like your first time like doing an interview, asking questions or whatever.
I mean, it's the first time I did it with you.
Who else have you done it with?
Some people that's don't
You
really
know, because I'm like big.
I know.
So you gotta don't be nervous.
I'm not trying to be nervous. I'm just thinking about what to talk about.
Oh, you don't know what to talk about.
Yeah.
Talk about the content house that you was at in Vegas. That you were like, talk about that. Did you ever, what were you doing at the content house in Vegas?
I was going there to get marketing and advertise for my credit repair business. I was supposed to get a package with 607 Unc where he was recording a podcast and he was supposed to chop up the videos, post all the reels, and, oh no, originally he was gonna put the video in.
Did you get
make
any
a
of these
commercial.
services?
Huh?
Did any of this happen?
The commercial got butchered by a cameraman that he had got, and then we had fell out. It was a whole bunch of that happened for real. No, so basically we had shot a commercial and we filmed it good, it went good, but when the guy edited,
Hold on. You should just listen. You should just do your own interview, cause you might not need to. Yeah, you need to do your own interview. You are now tuned into the Bob Report.